Hi everybody, it's Ms. Salazar speaking and welcome to Math. Today we're going to talk about hundreds, tens, and ones for the last time. So I need you guys to pay attention because you will have a quiz on this. Now the quiz will be exactly the way I will discuss this part right here. So please pay attention. It's going to be the quiz is going to be very simple, very easy. I will tell you later on this week more about the quiz. So without further ado, let's see that we have number 115. Number 115. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is to place the digits into hundreds, tens, and ones. And I did it for you right here. You see, remember that the digit that's in the right side will always be in the ones. That's why 5 is in the ones. The digit that's in the middle would be in the tens. That's why we have a number 1 in the tens. And the very first digit would be the 1, and that belongs in the hundreds. 115. I'm going to give you a table just like this, and yeah, all you have to do is just place the digits inside the table. And that's the first part. That's for part A. For part B, I'm going to ask you to draw the blocks to represent the place value of each digit. And in this area right here, we have the blocks. Here we have 100. Remember that 100 is basically one whole line of 10 times. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we have one whole block of 10, and we basically draw the blocks 10 times. So we have one whole block of 10. Another one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 blocks, 10 lines of 10 blocks, and this would be 100. And then for the tens, how many blocks of 10 do I need? 1. So that's why this one is in green. I have one whole block of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this belongs in the tens. This belongs in the hundreds. And in the ones we have 5 individual blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Now, drawing 100 blocks or drawing blocks in the 100s can be a little bit time consuming, so I will figure out a way to make it easier for you guys. Like I said, later in the week I will tell you more about the quiz. But just so you know, I just want you to know how to draw the blocks, how to represent the digits in the blocks. So the third part is the C. In the C, you have expanded form, and in expanded form, it's basically the same numbers you see right here, and you're just gonna write it down, but you're going to do it in a way that's a lot more wholesome. What I mean by that is that in the hundreds, remember what I said, that if you have a digit in the hundreds, all you have to do is add 2 zeros and you're good to go. And right there you have 100. You see? And then in the tens, all you have to do is add 1 zero and you have 10 right here. And in the 5, you don't do anything. In the ones, you don't do anything. Any digit that's in the ones stays exactly the same. There you go. And if you add these numbers together, 100 plus 10 plus 15 equals 115. So a way to do this to make it easier for you guys is to just think of it like this. 100 plus 10 plus 5. Okay, so how much is 10 plus 5? 10 plus 5 is 15. And 100 plus 15? 115. The last thing I'm going to ask of you is to do the number words, and I'm going to ask you to circle the correct answer. So all you have to do is just read the words and see which one says 115 or 115, and that would be letter C. 115. You see? Okay, everyone, so let's discuss page 15. Page 15. And let's see, we have exercise number 4. It says number 1, write the numbers, part A, 200s, 110 for ones. So all you would have to do is write the result. How much is 200s, 110, and 4 ones? Well, let's see. Let's say this is A, and let's say that you have 200s, 110, and 4 ones. That would be 214. So this would be the answer to letter A. Now, how would you know that it's 214? Well, remember that in the table, in the hundreds, tens, and ones table, I would ask you to add 2 zeros to the hundreds. So let's say that this is 200s. So I would add 2 zeros to the hundreds. 110, I would add 1 zero to the 10. And in the ones, I would leave it exactly the way it is. So it's like I would be saying 200 plus 110, this is 1 and a 0, remember that I added a 0, plus the 4, which is exactly the same, and this would be 200 plus 10 plus 4, so 10 plus 4 is what? 14. 10 plus 4 is 14, and 200 plus 14, that's 214. You see? That's another way to do it. Let's see, we have letter B. In letter B, we have 300s, 4 tens, and 6 ones. So that would be 300, 4 tens, and 6 ones. 346. And you could do exactly the same thing here. Let's say, okay, so you have 300s, just add 2 zeros, plus 4. In this case, 4 is in the tens, so all you would have to do is add 1 zero plus the ones, which is a 6, and the ones stay exactly the same. So you have a total of 300 plus 40 plus 6, and 40 plus 6 is 46. And 300 plus 46 is 346. There you go. You see? That's another way to do it. Let's do letter C. Let's do letter C. It says 300s and 5 ones. Okay, so I don't have a tens. So we have 300s and 5 ones. So I don't have a tens, which is in the middle. So I'm just going to write a 0 because there's no tens. And in the ones, we have 5. So that's 305. Remember, this right here, this is your ones, this is your tens, and this is your hundreds. You have 300s and 5 ones. You don't have a tens, so this would be 305. That would be the number. Let's do letter D. Letter D says 400s, 7 tens, and 2 ones. So that would be 400s, 7 tens, and 2 ones for a total of 472. Letter E, 500s, 6 tens, 3 ones. 500s, 6 tens, and 3 ones. That's 563. Letter F, 600 and 6 tens. Okay, so I have 600s, 6 tens, and no ones. I don't have a ones. I only have hundreds and tens. So in the ones, I'm just going to add a 0. So that would be a total of 660. 660. 600, 600, 6 tens, and that's about it. I don't have any ones. So let's do G. Let's do G. And letter G says 700s and 9 tens. So that would be 700s, 9 tens, and again, I don't have a ones, so I'm just going to add a 0, and this would be 790. Letter H, 307 ones. 300, 7 ones. Okay, so I don't have a tens, so I'm just going to add a 0, and then I have 7 ones. There you go. 307. Okay, so let's discuss page 17. And in page 17, it says letter A, 100 plus 70 plus 5. And if you saw discussion of page 15, you would see that I did exactly this form when doing the exercises. So let's see, we have letter A, and it says 100 plus 70 plus 5. So 70 plus 5 is 75, and 100 plus 75, that's 175. Oh, there you go. Think of it like this. This is 100 plus 70 plus 5 equals 75, and that's a total of 175. That's one way to do it. Let's look at letter B. Oh, wait. Let me erase this. Okay, so let's look at letter B. In letter B, we have 200 plus 50 plus 3. So 200 plus, how much is 50 plus 3? That would be 53. And what's the total? 200 plus 53 is 253. There you go. So that would be the answer. 253. Let's do letter C. 200 plus 40. That's easy. 200 plus 40 is 240. Letter D. 400 plus 7. 400 plus 7. So that would be 407. Remember, in this case, we don't have a tens. In this case, we only have hundreds and ones. So remember what I said in the previous page? There was an exercise where we didn't have a tens and we only had hundreds and a ones. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that would be letter H from page 15. Letter H from page 15, we had 307. And in this case, we have 400 plus 7, which is exactly the same thing. We have 400 plus 7, that's 407. We have the hundreds and we have the ones. Remember that a tens has 1 0. So 70 right here. For example, 70 is in your tens, 50 is in your tens, 40 is in your tens, 100, 200, 200, 400, all of these numbers are in your 100s. And when you see a digit that's all alone, that doesn't have a 0, then that would be in your ones, like 5, 3, and in this case 7.